Good morning, everyone. This is Sham, Assistant Professor, Civil Department, Chevron Engineering College. So, subject estimation, specification, and contracts. Unit 4 contracts. Today, on topic, we discuss contract and types of contract. Here, we discuss contract and types of contracts. So, first of all, what is the contract? Contract is an agreement between the two or more parties creating obligations that are enforceable or recognizable at the law. It establishes an obligation of the each party of fulfill what is it agreed to perform. Here, agreement between the two or more parties means two parties means one is the contractor and another is the party means applicant. So this is the two or more parties creating the obligations the enforceable. So obligations of the employer appointing the engineer to administer the contract, provision of the site, provision of information, permits and approvals, providing the funds and market making payments in the accordance with the contract and participation. So obligations of the contractor, execution and completion of the works and remedying any defects therein. Next one, the provisions of labor, materials, plant and equipment needed, preparation of the progress report, works program for the execution and updating it whenever required, setting out the works measurement and are assisting the engineer to the and records of his personal and equipment and sample of materials specified, testing and retesting. Next, temporary works. Next one is the facilities for the other contractors working on the site, keeping the site clean and remove the rubbish. The contractor is required to the sign the contract when he is called to so obtain and submit securities, guarantees and insurance policies, ensure that his representatives will be available on site at all times, prepare and submit the contractor documents, including the build drawings and manuals of the operation and maintenance, attend to the engineer's instructions, provide access to the employer's personnel to the enter the site, prepare and submit payment statement and documentation to uncover works for the inspection when the required, specify defective works means corrective works, secure or compensate the employers against any claims. So here submit the notices and engineer whenever he encounters circumstances that may cause future claims. Getting approvals before the assigning the subcontractors or partners of the works. Respond for the consultation with the engineer. Comply with the applicable laws, labor law and other local regulations. These are the four obligations of the contractor. Next one, role of the engineer. In this contract, what's the main role of the engineer? Usually the employer will be enter into the consultancy agreement with the engineer to design and or supervise the works. The engineer shall have the no authority to amend the contract. Here, engineer, the role can be as the employer's agent, means administration of the contract, dealing with the procedures, provision of information, and interpretations, issuance of variations, approval of samples, etc. And cost accountancy on payments. And as a supervisor, the engineer must ensure that the work is being performed to fulfill the contract documents. Next, his work is as a certifier. The engineer is required to the certify or approve the payments that should be paid by the employer to the contractor. Those payments should be made periodically, mostly on the monthly basis, and should be dependent on the quantity of the works finished by the contractor. As the determiner, the engineer must act the mediator to help the parties towards agreement in the issues such as the claims for the reimbursement of the costs or extension of time. Issuance of instructions and variations include issuance of additional or modified drawing sections in relation to defective works, issuance of the clarifications and giving approval and ordering the variations. These are five mainly role of the engineer. Next one, types of contracts. So types of contracts are, there are different types. The following are the various types of contracts for the execution of civil engineering works. So mainly first one is the lump sum or fixed price contract. Next one is the measurement contract. Next one is the turnkey contract and design and build contract, cost plus contracts, unit price contracts, time and material contracts, item rate contracts, percentage rate contract, labor contract, piece work agreement contract. Next one is the target contract. So these are different types of contracts. We will discuss one by one. So first one is the lump sum or fixed price contract. Under the lump sum or fixed price contract, the contract agrees to perform the work specified and described in the contract for the fixed price. The price of the fixed contract can only be changed upon the execution of the change order, under which is the owner and the contractor either. So here contractor so agrees the work is specified or described in the contract for the fixed price. Here the price is changed only in execution of change order. Mainly lump sum or fixed price contracts in main advantages: lower financial risk to be employer, higher financial risk to be the contractor, minimum owner supervision related to the quality and schedule, and contractor has a higher incentive to the achieve earlier completion and better performance. Contractor selection is relatively easy. These are the mainly advantages of the lump sum contract. Next one is the disadvantages in lump sum contract or fixed price contract. Changes difficult and costly. but it is usually need to substantially complete design prior to bidding. Contractor inclined to choose lowest methods or materials to be hard to build relationship and each project is unique. Bidding expensive and lengthy. Contractors may include high contingency within each schedule of rate item. Next, second method is the measurement contract. Measurement contractors sometimes is called re-measurement or measure and value contracts. Contains a bill of quantities means BOQ. It is provided by the employer or its consultants, can be used in situations where the design or type of works can be described in the reasonable details, but the amount cannot. The contractor will be quoted against each BOQ item and enter unit rate or unit price built up the total contract price on basis of the BOQ quantities. BOQ means is the bill quantities. During the construction period, the actual quantity of the works executed under the each BOQ item will be the jointly measured and valued at the quoted rate for the interim payment purpose. Measurement contracts can be allow an early start on site before design is completely and they can allow changes to be made to the works relatively easily. However, there is a inevitably some risk for the client as the cost of the works is not known. In effect, the client is taking the risk for any unknowns, and whilst this can result in the competitive prices from the contractors. The level of uncertainty for the client means that measurement contracts are rare other than the on civil engineering projects. Next one, third one is the turnkey contract. A turnkey contract is the business arrangement in which the project is delivered in completed state. Rather than contracting with the an owner is developed a project in stages. The developer is hired to the finish the entire project without owner input. The builder or developer is the separate from the final owner or operator, and the project turned over only once it is fully operational. In effect, the developer is finishing the project and turning the key over to the new owner. Mainly difference between the lump sum contract and turnkey contract. Under a traditional lump sum contract, the owner agrees to pay the developer to complete project that the build to the owner's specifications. The owner is given many opportunities to make decisions throughout the project and to make changes as they needed. In a turnkey contract, the owner is generally left out the building process entirely as the developer handles all decisions and problems related to the construction. Next one is the design and contracts. It is the fourth one in types of contracts. Design and build contracts means procurement works on this basis that the main contractor is the responsible for undertaking the both the design and construction of work on a project for an agreed lump sum price. So undertaking the both the design and construction work means design means planning, permissions, the designs and structural designs. This designs and construction work with it undertaking the contractor means responsible for the contractor. Both works means design works and construction works. In design and build project can vary depending on the extent of the contractor's design responsibility and how much initial design included in the employer's requirements. Nevertheless, the level of design responsibility and input from the contractor is a much greater on design and build project than traditional contract with the contractors designed portion. Other features of design and build procurement as the design and construction can be carried out the parallel. So here we check the design and construction is carried to the parallel means for example starting is foundation and check the design and construction starting. Next columns design check and construction starting. It is the parallel design to construction. For the example, this is the example design and construction to be carried out the parallel. Check the drawing, check the construction. The overall program time to design and build project can be shorter. However, this depends upon the how much design the contractor is responsible for. There is a responsible certainty over costs because the contract price is known as the outset. Provided the employer does not order changes during the construction of the work, the contractor will be obligated subject to the conditions to complete the project for the contract sum. If the employer does require design or specifications changes during the construction period, the contractor advises to the effect this may have on cost or additional time needed. So here the employer in specification changes in construction time, then some pressures in construction of the site, mainly additional time taken and cost is increases. So the contractor advises to the effect this may have on cost or additional time needed. Next one is the cost plus contracts. The cost plus contract is the type of construction contract under which is the owner agrees to pay the complete cost of the materials and labor needed to build the project along the fee for the contractor's overhead and profit. This contract type is favored where the scope of work is highly uncertain or determinate and type of labor, materials, and equipment needed to build the project is also uncertain in nature. This type of contract involves the payment of the actual costs, purchases, or other expenses generated directly from the construction activity. Under this arrangement, complete records of the all time and materials spent by the contractor on the work must be maintained. Cost plus contracts must contain specific information about the certain pre-negotiated amount, some percentage of the material and labor cost, covering contractors' overhead the profit. Cost must be detailed and should be classified as a direct or indirect costs. There are multiple variations for cost plus contracts, and the most common are cost plus fixed percentage contract. Compensation is based on the percentage of the cost. Cost plus fixed fee contract. Compensation is based on the fixed sum independent the final project cost. The owner agrees to reimbursement the contract's actually costs regardless amount and in addition pay negotiated fee independent of the amount of the actual costs. Cost plus fixed fee with guaranteed maximum price contract. Compensation based on the fixed sum money. The total project cost will be not exceed an agreed upper limit. Cost plus fixed fee with bonus contract. Compensation is based on the fixed sum of the money. A bonus is given if the project is finished below budget, head of schedules, etc. The cost plus fixed fee construction contract is more predictable than cost plus fixed fee percentage construction contract because the contractor's fees for overhead and profit is, as its name suggests, predetermined, regardless of the what the cost of construction ultimately amount to. The contractor's fees remains the same. Conversely, the cost plus fixed percentage construction contract provides more variability with respect to the amount of contractor's fees because it is directly linked to the cost construction, which in these types of agreements arrangements is inherently unpredictable. In fact, the cost plus fixed percentage construction contract arguably incentivizes the contractor to not keep the cost low because its fee increases with the cost of construction. Next one is the unit price contracts. Unit price contracts are based on the anticipated quantities of items which are the counted in the project in addition to their unit prices. The final price of the project depends upon the quantities required to the carry out the work. Generally, these types of contracts are suitable only for the construction and supplier projects, which involves accurate identification of different types of items, but not their numbers in the contract documents. These types of contracts are often times used on the excavation projects. So mainly in this unit price contracts are every each quantity of the unit. It is means unit price contracts. In this only for the construction and suppliers of the projects. It involves the accurate identification of different types of items. Next one is the time and material contracts. Time and material contracts are usually preferred if the project scope is not clear or it has not been defined. The owner and the contractor must be established an agreed hourly or daily rate, including additional expenses the code raises in the construction process. In this, the owner and contract B must establish agreed for hourly or the daily rate. So, for example, the labor, some particular time he is worked and to pay the hourly basis or daily basis to pay labor particular time, and also material, including the additional expenses that could raise the construction process. The cost must be classified as a direct, indirect, make markup, and overhead. Sometimes the owner might want to establish a cap or specify project duration to the contractor that must be met in order to have the owner's risk minimized. Next one is the item rate contract. For this contract, contractors are required to the quote rates for individual items of the work on the basis of schedule for the quantities furnished by the client's department. So item rate means individual items quotation for the rates for individual items. So for example, aggregates, fine aggregates, coarse aggregates, cement, water, steel. So this is the individual items of the work used in the works, and these materials are used in construction for like beams, slabs, columns, footings, etc. So it is the used to the item rate. Each item provide the individual rates. This is the item rate contracts. This is the give the contractor required to the client. Next one is the percentage rate contract. In this form of contract, the client's department draws up the schedule of items according to the description of the items sanctioned in the estimate with the quantities, rates, units, and amounts shown therein. Next one, labor contract. This is the contract where the contractor quotes rates for the item work exclusively of the elements of materials which are the supplied by the client's department. And next one, piece work agreement. This is the that for which only rate is agreed upon without reference to the total quantity of the work to be done or the quantity of the work be done within given period. So here, for example, piece work agreement in some particular work completed in within time means within given period. This is the only rate agreed upon without reference on the total quantity of the work be done. Next is the last contract is the target contract. This is the type of contract where is the contractor is paid on the cost plus percentage work performed under this contract. In addition, he receives a percentage plus or minus on savings or access affected against either the prior agreed estimate of the total cost or target value of the arrived by the measuring of the work on completion and value at prior agreed rates. In these contracts, the percentage is plus or minus on savings for the contractor. It is target in time completed. So these are the totaling types of contracts. Thank you very much, all of you. Any doubt in this class? Okay, thank you.